Well, good evening to everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. I'm just trying to find my words. I slipped over myself a bit then, but just to cover my nonsense, I'm going to invite our guest on, who is Glenn. Good evening, Glenn.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm all right, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm
All
realising.
good in the hood.
Yeah, I've took my beard off, now realising I need a haircut as well.
Oh dear.
It's getting a bit of a mop. It doesn't help that I've just been kickboxing and it's all over the place, but I needed to get to the live, so we're here as usual and got a bit to talk about again.
Okay then.
But before I do, of course, we've got to get to comments because we've got our supporters here.
Of course.
And Anthony popped on earlier just to say he has been here, but he's not going to be with us through the live just yet. He's going out to dinner with his family. So he's prioritising other people above this live stream. Unbelievable, Anthony.
Such a Anthony thing to do. It really is.
But anyway, hope Anthony has a lovely meal. But I'm sure he'll catch us on the playback anyway. So thank you for popping by and saying hi, Anthony. We've got Woody with us as well. Good evening, Woody, Kid Capri.
Good evening, Woody.
However you want to be named. Jeremy with us as well. Good evening, Jeremy. Hope you're well.
Evening, Jeremy.
Well, Cam Great Cinema. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Cam.
Hi.
Hope you're well. I've got John, the movie man. Good evening, John. What's up with
John,
you?
the movie man.
Got Clark of Many. Good evening, wherever you are. Or afternoon or morning. It's morning. If people are watching in Australia, it's actually about 4:30 in the morning there at the moment. So if you are watching from Australia, why are you up so early?
Yeah, if they're watching us at 4:30 in the morning, they need their heads checking out. Quite frankly.
Well, then again, they're normally drunk, so they might still be up from the night before. Because you know what they
wow, that is wow. Jeez.
AJ Pink. Good evening, AJ. Hope you're well.
Evening,
John
AJ.
Robinson with us as well. Evening, Phil and Glenn. And
Evening,
to all those watching. Oliver Blake with us. Oliver, hi. I keep my DVD collection on my bookshelves. So straight onto topic, which we'll get to in a minute. I'm not going to go straight into topic today, though. So we'll discover what path I'm going to go. Jeremy, like the stream and praise our leaders, Phil and Glenn. Glenn, I'd like you to, if you shunt over to your right a little bit, we need to see we need to see your chair.
It's not there.
What? Where's it gone?
That, as you can see, I'm having a bit of a shift round. So there's a weirdy bitty CD tower thing there and stuff. It's if you just look in the yeah, I know, but look, if you bring me back on, if you just look in the bottom right hand corner of my little bottom, where are we? Here, somewhere. Oh no, that's part of the thing. Oh right, okay. I thought it was the anyway. The chair's over there.
Okay.
That's the point I was trying to make. I didn't realise there was a yellow bar next to the box. I thought it was
a long way around. A long way around.
That was a long way around. It's moved.
We've got Joe Snowden with us as well. Good evening,
hey,
John.
Joe.
Hope you're well. Johnny,
welcome to Chair Watch.
Good evening, Johnny. Lynn in the other room's back with us as well. Hello, Lynn. Hope you're doing well. Why are you not busy, Lynn? You should be working away. Joe Snowden, I'm actually setting up another Billy bookcase for the Blu-rays right now.
Yeah. It's all about the Billies. All about the Billies.
Yes. Rohit Fury. I shaved off at least 5 years, Phil. Excellent. Now I just look 50.
Hey.
Jeremy wants to know if the chair was haunted.
Unfortunately not. No. Phil did send me your thing the other day and with the one that was definitely not haunted. And straight away I was put off it. I'd love one that was haunted, but no, unfortunately not.
No, it's Clark of Many. How much trading did CEX do for the chair? How much CEX credit are you sat on at the moment? Not chair wise, but just credits in general.
How much am I sat on at the moment? I've still got 140 something pounds, I think, at the minute.
Okay, yeah, nice new releases.
Not burning through my pocket or anything, so it's all good.
No, Lynn wants to jump into topic and talk pleasure rooms already. She's on.
Lynn did ask me, "What's the topic tonight?" And I went, "Well, I'll tell you the title: The Pleasure Room." I have questions about the title tonight.
Yeah, we'll go into it.
But we'll go into it. Yeah.
Joe Snowden, I only tune in to watch the chair at this point. You guys are fine too.
Oh dear.
Bring it back, man. Bring it back. Oliver Blake. Wait for another Simple Favor movie. Another Simple Favor.
A Simple Favor.
Yeah, Simple Favor.
Anna Kendrick and whatever. Yeah.
I get you. I'm not too fussed, but I'm sure I'll check it out.
I actually quite liked the first one. I didn't mind it.
No, it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Big Jace with us as well. Good evening, Phil and Glenn. How are you guys?
Hang on. Big Jace. Sorry.
We're good, Jace. I think. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, all good.
There we go. I clicked that by accident. Sorry, but Jeremy Carl got his name up there again. Jeremy, I remember the Triplex section behind the curtain.
I think
that's the pleasure room.
I think that's the pleasure room. Definitely. Yeah.
Big Jace, Phil and Glenn goes to Hollywood. Well. Anyway, without further ado, I think we need to jump into things. So we're going to spark us off there. Oh.
You talked over your favourite squeak.
I know, it's ridiculous. So I wanted to jump straight into something because it sort of links into the crazed spending that a lot of us do. So I'm going to jump straight in with pickups of the week. Pickups and purchases of the week. Hope I didn't take you much by surprise there, but
so are you claiming the theme for that one, and I'll just do topic of the week?
Yes, yeah. That sounds good to me.
Okay. It's fine. I just,
Have you been picking this week?
No. So next topic.
Cool.
Please.
So on to topic.
No, I genuinely don't think. What have I picked up this week? Have I picked anything up this week? I mean, I went to a toy fair today in Birmingham. I did bring one thing over with me that I did purchase. It's just an independent little figure maker, and I bought a little Edgar Allan Poe figure. It's just the guy makes some really nice things. I don't know what to call them really. They're not knockoffs. They're just sorry.
Has he got a raven on his shoulder as well?
He has got a raven on his shoulder. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And he makes just various little horror things. I mean, there's grot bags out of
the program
or whatever it was. Yeah. Which people in the UK will know what I'm talking about, but nobody else will. But yeah, so I just liked that, so I picked that up. That was all.
That's cool.
The book I got through, you mentioned last week anyway, the Crystal Lake Memories.
Yeah.
Don't think I picked any films up. What have you picked up?
I did. I got suckered. Well, not suckered. I didn't get suckered. There were titles that I wanted, and HMV had 50% off sale, and in the 50% off sale, they had second sight releases. So my pickups. This is going to lead me to something else as well. But I got Upgrade on DVD.
I remember you were downgrading to upgrade from your bigger box.
Yeah.
So your upgrade got downgraded.
Blair Witch Project.
Okay.
Because I don't actually have it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
The extras kind of interest me because it's got the feature-length documentary on there, which I thought might be quite interesting. And I'm actually interested to see the alternate cut, the pre-pickup cut. But then I also got Your Next.
Yeah.
And they were, like I said, they were all timed well. So it was the 50% off HMV sale. Two of them I've upgraded, downgraded, or upgraded. They're replacing stuff that's on my shelf. Blair Witch Project is another one. And I think I might do a one-in, one-out thing and remove something else from my shelf to put this on. So that's what I was going to do. But the thing it was leading me to, have you noticed the amount of people that have gone absolutely insane with the 50% off sale at HMV? Because I've seen loads across social media. And it's a great offer, 50% off. It is a good offer. But the amount that people are picking up, it's this Blu-ray, these Blu-rays, they're only £3.50 each or £4 each because they've got half price off. So I've picked up 20 and they've come out with piles and piles. And it's these sales that they really push us to spend more and more and pick up things that we didn't really want because it's such a great deal. Do you get suckered in when things are perceived as being a great deal rather than I want that title? It's more, it's a good price for that film, so I'm going to pick it up more than I want the title.
Yeah, 100% I have in the past. I do try and fight it now. I'm more self-aware of doing that kind of thing now, let's say. So I will try and aim for, if I've gone in for something specific, I will try and just pick that up. But it is difficult because you do kind of, flick through and you see something else that just takes your fancy, and you think, should
Yeah,
I? Yeah, it's
it
only
was.
£7.
It was a kind of crazed thing that I saw a lot of people. It was mainly on social media that I was seeing people post, but the things they were picking up, it was kind of ridiculous in a way. It's like if they were really interested in these titles, surely they'd have picked them up before now. There was just all sorts that were purely for the collection and because they were a great price. And I found myself doing it earlier today. I got an email through from Zavi. They had 2 4K movies for £10. And
Really?
yeah, it was for Disney Pixar stuff.
Oh,
And
right.
I thought, oh, the kids would probably love a couple of the movies. And I thought, I can go on and double check 2 for a tenner. That's not bad. I know the postage might be on top, but it's still what, £6 or £7 per 4K movie. I thought that's a great deal. And then I stopped and I thought, yeah, it's a great deal, but I've got Disney Plus. The kids don't care if these movies are on the shelf or if we watch them on Disney Plus or if they've just got Blu-ray editions. Yet the price, it sort of started triggering at me. And I thought, I need to get these offers while they're on. And do you still get a lot of emails that tempt you into looking?
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of my emails are HMV, Rare Waves, Amazon. Although Amazon, we always get kind of excited about Amazon Prime Day and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's always terrible over
Yeah.
here. In the
Yeah.
States, there's like amazing deals to be had. And we get absolute rubbish.
I think the first two, at least the first one, but the first two had some absolutely amazing deals for Amazon. And then they just went to crap. And it is really generic stuff. Particularly,
I mean, it's always good if you want like 20% off an epilator, for example. You know, that's quite a common kind of thing on Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I have bought 6 epilators.
Very good.
But yeah, I have been swayed by a deal.
I think it's proven to myself with the offers that are coming through and things that are tempting me, because that half price HMV sale they had quite a few titles that I was looking at, but it's sort of highlighting to me the importance for my self-control to keep lists or keep tabs of things I actually want.
Yeah, sure. When chip away at those things rather than, yeah.
I mean, Blair Witch, I probably didn't need to pick it up. I wasn't sort of in a mad rush for it, but it was half price. I had to have it then. I'm not too worried about that one, to be honest. It's got a decent amount of features on there to keep me entertained, and I didn't already have it, so I'm fine with it. But there are a hell of a lot on there that I nearly plumped for because they were great prices. Not that I needed them. And I really need to start leaning into my listing of things a little more for things that I really do want. And if a sale pops up, it needs to be on the list. It can't be just done on a whim, or I start getting carried away again. I start getting crazy.
The worst thing you can do is browse, because once you start, page 2 becomes page 3, becomes page 4, becomes page 26 before you know it, and you're still looking through titles going, oh, I quite like that one as well.
Yeah.
I think it's better when it's something like you've just said, where it's kind of half price rather than 2 for X amount or 3 for X amount, because so many times you'll find 2 things that you like and you think, well, I've got to find a third now.
Yes.
Because otherwise the deal isn't as good.
Oh,
and then you end up with padding.
I mentioned that on my last video. The offers that come through for 3 for 50.
I don't watch your videos.
I know, that's why I was telling you that I mentioned
that.
No. But you sort of you're forcing yourself to get that extra title just so you can get access to the offer.
Yeah.
And in effect, you're spending more to get an extra title that you didn't actually want. So you've got the 2 you wanted at a higher cost and another piece of crap movie that you wasn't really that interested in and probably won't get watched.
Maybe the 50% off is as bad, really, because there will be a little part of you that thinks, no, I won't get Blair Witch. I'll leave it. And then next week you see it back at full price and you think, that was half price last week. I should have got that. Should have got it while it was there. Exactly. FOMO. Yeah.
I'm just going to go into comments and see what everyone else has been picking up. So we're starting with Camp Curate Cinema. No purchases this week.
That's not bad. I did get something.
Oh, you just read in the chat for everyone.
Sorry.
Waiting.
Sorry.
Now you go. I'll run through the comments in a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm
I,
going to go.
I did use some of my CEX voucher, didn't I? Because I got Nosferatu.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes, got the 4K of that come through, which
Yeah.
was randomly like it came out. It was literally the Monday morning, wasn't it? It appeared on CEX.
Yeah. Straight
One
away.
copy. Yeah, just so somebody had got it on the Saturday or Sunday, watched it, didn't particularly like it, went
Yeah.
into CEX, and I snapped it up with my voucher. So,
It's worth it when you got a voucher. It's worth just being there because when they land in the store that quickly, it's not going to be manhandled. It's not going to be chewed up or
no, it's going
crumpled.
to have one view and taken in by hand. So, yeah.
There we go. Sakura Glenn picked up quite a few 88 films. 4Ks in their 40% off sale. Some good deals. I avoided looking through 88 films, to be fair. There are a few titles that I know would have potentially appealed to me to pick up, but the things that I didn't really need to pick up. So I thought, I'm not even going to have a look. Not even going to have a look. Did you have a browse through there? Or
I didn't browse through. 88 films don't often do titles that I'm interested in.
yeah,
So the few that I did kind of want, which are off the top of my head, Thomas Crown Affair, Evolution, Mystery Men.
yeah,
I think that's kind of it that I've got for 88 films.
Anaconda, Species.
Anaconda is in my collection. I had forgotten genuinely, which sounds like I was trying to pretend otherwise. But no, I do actually have Anaconda, and I will get Species, but that's not out till is that June?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It will be a temptation for sure.
Fair. Lynn, we could start Edgar next to my Elvis figure.
Gleneth, yes. I bought her a Elvis 68 comeback figure, but I have to hand somewhere. Keep going, Phil. Keep going,
Okay.
Phil.
Jeremy, can you believe 28 days later is getting a 4K release?
Yeah, we were. Can I just 68 comeback Elvis? Where are you?
Oh,
there he is. There he is. Oh, well, since my baby left me. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, 28 days later getting a 4K, and I bet it's 4K Steelbook as well.
I think we'll get. Well, you're going to get that, but you're obviously going to get the new film 28 weeks, months, years, 28 years later. You're going to get a trilogy box set, aren't you? At some point. So there's no mad panic for that, I don't think.
No, I don't think it was shot in a format that needs 4K or can even manage 4K either. I think Blu-ray would top it out, to be fair, but I don't know if they'll do any AI jiggery pokery with HDR and things. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not sure if it's film.
I think it's definitely going to be one to wait to see the reviews. There'll definitely be a Blu-ray re-release, which will annoy a lot of people that have been spending £30-40 on a copy.
Yeah.
Some mad panic just because it had gone out of print.
Oh, I sold mine for I think I traded mine in at CEX and got like 30 quid for it or something silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Miozalotti's with us as well. Good evening,
hey.
You're well. Clerk of Many. Only 2 Arrow titles for this week: Chronicles of Riddick and Silence of the Lambs. They're great. I've not upgraded my Silence of the Lambs from my imported Criterion. I keep mulling over whether to go for the 4K or not, but I've got 4K digitally, so I'm a bit. Do I need to?
Yeah. You've got it covered.
Yeah, Chronicles of Riddick I have not picked up myself, but I do have Pitch Black. I wasn't the biggest fan of Chronicles of Riddick. Woody, I picked up on Blu-ray in HMV sale. Misery, Castle Rock, Train to Busan, Wandering Earth 2, and Blue Beetle. The last 2 were meh, and have been sold on that auction site. I'm looking forward to Wandering Earth 2 because I really enjoyed Wandering Earth.
Yeah, you see, randomly, I think you didn't mind Blue Beetle.
I thought it was okay. I wouldn't want it in my collection, but I thought it was okay. I'm sure I'll be watching it again at some point because Lado will be on his superhero movie Blitz again, I think, soon.
I thought it was so generic; it was unbelievable.
Yeah, Oliver Blake. Yesterday's episode of Doctor Who was amazing.
I did see that was back. So a friend of mine on Facebook is a diehard Doctor Who fan, and she put online, "Nobody ring me." I think it was like 6:15 onwards or something. Don't ring me, speak to me, or anything.
Have they changed the style of Doctor Who or something? Because I've heard a bit of hoo-ha around it, but I've not really read into it.
Was hoo-ha a joke or
No, it was
no?
just a slip of the...
A slip of the who. There was rumours that the guy who's playing Doctor Who at the moment, they are not happy with the storylines.
Oh, right.
And have threatened to walk or something. I don't know how true that is. But even they feel it's a little bit too woke for its own good. So,
right.
Yeah, so
Nonsense.
I'm not sure.
Jeremy Carr, I have a percolator. Very good, Jeremy.
From his Amazon sale, yes.
Rohit, Phil, will you be making a video on how you disposed of the 260 movies? I don't think I'll be making a video for the full 260, but there will be bits of it in other videos, I think. There's a section that is ready for pickup from a charity shop. We've got charity shop pickup on Wednesday, and there's a bunch of DVDs and Blu-ray that are in there. I've got a bag full ready to take in it to CEX, which I'll probably do a shopping video on. And then I've got a bunch that are going to eBay, which are going to form part of a video around scalpers and if it's worth pricing things in a certain way. Glenn, you've frozen.
Have I?
Yes.
Oh, I have. There we go. I'm back.
Yeah, so the eBay ones, there will definitely be a video on. The CEX ones might form part of a shopping video, and the rest are just off to charity. So, yeah. Paul Pryor Grabban. What I've been doing is reverse collection. Example, a few years I bought about 10 trash bags full of VHS tapes for €15. A lot of movies for cheap, and I keep my money in my pocket. Fair. I've not heard of that. Jeremy, Super Chats are on. They are indeed, Jeremy. Thank you for reminding everyone. AJ Pink picked up a few, and the 88 films flash sale. It's another one for 88 as well. To me, has a lot. No purchases this week, but I did watch all 4 of my purchases from last week.
Well done, you.
That's some good going.
It's always a step in the right direction.
Came to Great Cinema. You reminded him, Glenn. Also got Nosferatu. How's everyone?
We all love Nosferatu, but we're all forgetting about Nosferatu.
Yeah. Slipknot's back with us as well. Good evening, Slipknot. Hope you're well as well.
Hey, Slipknot.
There we go. Mystery Men was funny, especially Hank Azaria with the forks.
Yes, he was.
I liked Mystery Men, but I don't know if I'm bothered about going back to Mystery Men, if that makes sense.
I think it's one of them that I kind of slip back into once every few years, and I always remember it being entertaining. I liked that it was a little left field, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Psych Guy, hello, new to the channel. Good evening,
Hey, Psych Guy.
Welcome. I hope everyone is nice to you in the chat. If not, tell them to balls.
Yes. Tell them to testicles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woody, the 4K 28 days later would be pointless as it was shot with a BlackBerry phone. There we go. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have a tendency to believe it.
Yeah.
Psych Guy, this should have waited 28 years to 4K 28 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be all right in that trilogy box set. You know, they love a good
it
box
will
set.
be, and there'll be a trilogy, but there'll just be Blu-ray as well. And
yeah,
like I say, once you've read the reviews, you'll probably find Blu-ray will be better.
Yeah.
It won't be worth paying the extra.
Dave Simon, only reason I have 28 Days Later on Blu-ray, it was part of a 4-film Danny Boyle Blu-ray box set. Most of the film was shot on SD DV cameras, so it looks rough even on DVD. So getting UHD is even funnier. AI, man, they're gonna get that AI into play.
Oh yeah, it'll be as smooth as anything. It'll be crazy smooth.
There we go, Jeremy. 54 watching, 18 likes. It just doesn't add up. Slipknot, the math ain't mathing again. Big Jace, I got 5 pickups yesterday: Shrek 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Disney's Tarzan, with Phil with a double L Collins soundtrack.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Phil Collins did Tarzan song. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I think it's one of the better Disney film soundtracks, to be fair, on Tarzan. I really like it. I remember bringing the Tarzan video back from New York when I visited New York. It first came out over there, and I bought it back for a friend's kid, and because it was only hitting the cinema over here. So, yeah. Anyway.
A friend's kid. When really, you kept it, didn't you? You put it on your shelf.
The kid or the tape?
I don't think you put the kid on the shelf. I think
No,
you probably put the tape on the shelf.
it was a girlfriend's child at the time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, we've been going on, and we have
enough
actually
about your love life. Come on. Let's get on with it.
have actually got a topic. So
We have.
without further ado, come on, Glenn.
It's the topic of the week.
There we go. Got you singing. So yeah, it's kind of an odd topic, really. I suppose it's odd. The
title maybe is a little bit.
The pleasure room.
Yeah.
The pleasure room. I titled it that because a lot of things have been on my mind this last sort of week or so. Because
really pleasure.
Yeah, and it's to do with the pleasure room. It was basically me thinking about how we keep our collections. Do we have a specific room? Do we have a specific area? Or do we have just one room that everything goes in? And I've been looking at people's rooms where possible, where they put things and stuff like that, trying to get an idea. And it basically comes from thinking about what to do in my house. And that's what sort of started me off, because I'm taking a room and we're dragging it right back to nothing. We've absolutely stripped the bejesus out of the room. So it's nothing. Originally, I wanted this room as a home cinema. And with family and kids, it's just, honestly, I have to admit to myself, the home cinema is never going to happen in a room like that. It's it's got to be a sort of hybrid room of sorts. So it's got to be some kind of family room for a pleasure room. And yeah, it's deciding what sort of thing to do with it. So I think it was a topic more to ask what people do with their collections, what you do with your collections, how you would approach this sort of thing. Because I've looked at several people's rooms across YouTube videos, across what they post on social media.
Yeah, and through binoculars.
There's things through the binoculars into the neighbours.
Yeah.
But there's certain things I've seen that just, if I'm designing a room, they fill me with anxiety. And it's made me realise, as much as I love collecting, as much as I love having a collection on hand, I don't want it all around me. Because I've seen people on videos, they've got these rooms and they're surrounded by shelves. And it's almost like their collection is far more important than their enjoyment of the space and how they use it and what they use it for. And I see them crammed full of shelves full of DVDs, piles full of DVDs, and they're crammed in a little ratty little chair with the big screen in front of them that's still got piles of DVDs to the side and things like that. What kind of thing would I kind of know what your viewing experience is like? What do you think of this sort of thing? What do you think to the display? If you had your choice, how would you go about it?
The flip side of what you just said, just to comment on that, is where people have got shelves full of Blu-rays and DVDs and all that kind of stuff. It makes me laugh more when they've got thousands upon thousands of films and then they have the tiniest little telly just trapped in the middle of it all, surrounded by everything. And you think, prioritize getting rid of about 20% of your collection and buy a nice big telly. There's no point in having all of these amazing films and things like that and then watching them on a pokey little screen. If you're calling it a cinema room or a movie room or something, enjoy it. There's a lot of 50 Shades of Grey going on.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
And I don't mean my hair. Stop it. I have, our front room is how I want our front room to be.
Yeah.
We've got a nice big comfy L-shaped sofa and the nice TV unit that's got my Blu-ray player. It's got my PS5 on it, my 65-inch TV, and I'm sat directly in front of it. There's no films on shelves. There's no clutter. There's no nothing. It's just a nice living room, and I'm fine with that because I can concentrate on the telly.
This is my thing.
I don't want all these distractions and things going off. And you know, this is my little man cave, officey den, whatever you want to call it. all of my crap is in here. It's
Yeah.
not spread out through the rest of the house.
Yeah. Would you not want any of your collection near your TV or to hand at your TV on display or
No,
anything?
I mean
Your
the unit
favorite?
I've got has got like 3 drawers in the base of it, and there's films in there. I
Yeah.
don't need them on show. They're
Yeah.
there if we want to watch a film, and if we've got like a few new films that have come in or something like that, they tend to go there, so they're to hand if we want to watch them.
Yeah.
But they're not on a shelf in the front room or anything like that. That's not personally how I like
This is
this.
what I
This
think,
is horrible and cluttered to me. I don't like it.
because this room is, we've stripped it right back to that point. We've got, we can do sort of what within reason budget wise, but we can do what we want to in there. And the wife wants some storage for things, so I need to take that into account. But then it's the choice of, because I'm 2 floors up, I'm in the attic room up here. This is where I keep a lot of my collection. And the thought is, do I want my collection still up here, or should it be moved downstairs? If I've got a kind of family home cinema room going off, the pleasure room for the family, do I want my DVDs and Blu-rays down there with me, or should they stay up here out of the way? And it's the consideration of that sort of thing. And I wanted to get everyone's thoughts to, because we have got a blank canvas, what their setups are like at home and what they'd expected. Do you surround your TV with the Blu-rays? Do you want them all with you? Or do you like the nice clear canvas with no distractions? Because I admit a lot of a couple of the YouTubers that I've seen, their rooms just fill me with some kind of anxiety sometimes, just seeing the sheer volume that they're surrounded by. And I think I would feel kind of claustrophobic almost because of all this stuff there. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I actually want anything in the room. I just want a big screen.
But then I sent you in the week, somebody had got a really nice unit, and it was directly under their cinema screen, if you remember, like a projector screen.
Yeah.
And they pulled the drawers out, and the drawers came out like really fancy, kind of 2-tiered. And they had all of their films just spine up, just in the drawers type of thing.
Yes.
And I thought, it's nice. It's to hand, and it looks really smart and clever, and it's all tucked away if you want it to be.
Yeah.
Would that be enough for you, or do you feel like you would want certain things on show?
To be honest, I will show you this type of thing that I'm looking at, because I think you sent me a picture actually, and you hit the nail on the head of exactly what kind of thing I was looking at doing. Need to discuss it with the wife a little bit more first and design something. But yeah, I think I would. Shall I jump into it, or shall I? Let me jump to comments. We'll come back to the picture and I'll explain what the room is, because I've seen quite a few comments about the room, and then I'll show you what design I've come up with. How about that for a plan?
Do it.
So, Jerry Carl, where should we keep our collections? Answer within reach around distance. So to hand.
It's all about the reach around. To hand.
Jeremy says the room looks like a murder room. Well, Jeremy, truth of it is, I'll tell you what the room used to be in just a moment.
Yes.
There's a hook for you. Carry on watching. Slipknot fan. It looks like the house from Blair Witch Project. Yeah, it does. It does. Big Jace, unfortunately, I don't have a pleasure room. 4K TV in the living room, 3D TV in the bedroom.
So technically, you've got 2 pleasure rooms going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pleasure room could be a living room, depends on what your space is like and where you keep things, really. Psych Guy, that looks like the type of room to design that type of traps you see in the Saw. Everyone's gone horror with this room.
Yeah, there's quite a general consensus with your room, to be honest.
It looks crap. Clock of Money. If you can't fit your collection in one room, then you probably have too much. Discuss while I put my fingers in my ears. I've not got my collection in one room. It's in 2, kind of, in the attic room, but it's not a massive collection. Not anymore. Yeah. Woody, my collection is on shelving. The shelving is deep, so I have a row in front of the other. Space has run out. Box sets like Owner Fools and Horses, Sopranos, X-Files are stuffed under my bed. Crikey, keep them out. I got rid of a few TV show box sets and replaced them on digital. How about that?
Practical, space saving.
You know, with something like ER, which is 15 seasons long, I got that on offer on iTunes, and just getting rid of all them cases, we actually rewatched it through iTunes rather than the DVDs because it's HD on iTunes and you get the free upgrade. So yeah,
And you don't have to shift your backside off the sofa. You can just press a button.
I did it with The Shield as well, and I did it with Friday Night Lights. Even though I didn't own that, it's a TV show I did want, but I got it digitally instead. So yeah, the TV shows.
I still tend to click on streaming, and yet this room is actually downstairs. If I just go through that door, I go through my kitchen, through my dining room, and I'm into my living room, which is over there.
Yeah.
And I will still look at something digitally rather than walk through here and get it off the shelf.
Lazy.
Lazy.
Can create cinema. Limit my collection to just one room. You need space away from your collection. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I think as well, having it away, if you're fetching a movie, you're fetching a movie for a purpose. You want that movie. You're going to get it. You're going to go downstairs and you're going to watch it. You're not browsing the shelves. Get that movie. Go downstairs. It's on. If you've got that collection there, you're just browsing. What should I watch? What should I watch? It's the purpose of it.
I think it's nice to have your own space as well. And if you have people come round to visit and things, you know, this is all tucked away in here and nobody else comes in here and it's my little space. And it's you know, some would call it my pleasure room, for example. Just throwing that word out there.
Dave Simon, after years of looking at shelves of Blu-rays, DVDs, etc., the Criterion closet kind of setup appeals. Shut away then, isn't it?
It's quite compact and bijou, isn't it, when people are in there?
Yeah. I have actually got an area where I could do something like that as well.
You could, but practicality-wise, when you watch any Criterion Closet video, people are literally just going, oh, this movie's great, I like this. Oh, this movie. Nobody ever gets anything from the bottom two shelves.
No, true.
Because it'd be an absolute nightmare to crawl around on your hands and knees to find things.
Yes, squats. Woody, when people come around, people love looking at my collection. Yeah. I never have anyone look at my collection. No one I have around is interested at all. Because I won't invite you around.
I've seen some of your films. I really wouldn't want to look.
Johnny, I've got shelves in my bedroom. Bedroom is quite big, to be honest, enough to fit a 70-inch TV. Not to give me wonky eyes.
Wonky eyes.
You have TV in your bedroom, don't you?
Yeah, to be honest with you, we barely watch it. It's kind of up there if, oh, this is going to sound so sexist. Lynn, I apologise. I'm really sorry. If Lynn's up there doing the ironing or something, she just sets up and she'll sit and watch some true crime thing on, you know, Netflix or whatever. That's kind of all it's there for.
I've never, since moving out of my parents many moons ago, I've never had a TV in my bedroom.
We never have done until recently, just for that purpose. I never go to bed and watch TV or anything like that.
You know how to take care of your missus, don't you? I'll tell you what, love, while you're doing the ironing, I'll get you a TV in. Jesus.
Yeah.
Rohit, I don't have a large collection, 450. That's not a bad collection, Rohit.
Yeah.
I've put my move shelf where there was space, so no dedicated room as such. Mainly watch movies in my bedroom, TV, plus soundbar setup. That's something I've been looking at, soundbars recently. Minefield. Woody, when people come around and look at my collection, they start talking about my movies they've forgotten about or like, but my collection isn't overwhelming like some I've seen. Yeah, I think some can be too much to go through. Especially when they've got shelves within shelves and little nooks and things like that. They're all over the place. Some of them. Pariah. When I was still renting a 2-bedroom apartment, I had 1 bedroom as a movie room, storage room, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. Woody, only 1 TV in my home. Quint Davis, looks like Glenn has a lot of room for more shelves.
Yeah, I actually do, though. Over here, I've got a big, expansive wall and there's no shelving there whatsoever. So I could. But all of that, look how cluttered all of that is still. I've got loads of stuff to get rid of still. So I'm pacing myself.
Jerry Carr, it's all about the pleasure we reached around, by the way. Findlay Archers, my collection is in 2 CD binders, 400 in one. Crikey, how big's your CD binder? 200 in the other. Stored out of the way under my bed. Out the road. That sounded
Out the road.
pretty,
That's a good
regional.
English term. It's out the road.
It's out the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Carr, Friday Night Lights soundtrack is pretty much all done by Explosions in the Sky, the best band to ever come out of Texas. It's a great show. It's an awesome show.
You do love that, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Yes. Lynn, Glenn only does man jobs.
It's true. It's true. Bring it.
AJ Pink.
Oh, really hurt my heart. No, I haven't.
I have a collection of 286. Keep them on one shelf in my room and also watch them there. I have a box on the bottom shelf of the TV unit with my yet to be watched films in it. I've got a shelf now with to be watched stuff on.
That is my next. Like I said to you, I've got another bag to go to CEX this week, and then that's kind of it for Cull, really. And then I've got a load of stuff I've got to watch, and they're probably going to be the next lot that actually go.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if Johnny, TV in my bedroom probably comes from the parents. They did it as they watched totally different stuff. I see the reasons that people do it. I know quite a few people that have TVs in the room that need the TV on to go to sleep and things like that. It's like an ASMR thing that they needed to
noise type thing. Yeah.
There's all different reasons. My sister's always had a TV in her bedroom. She's a nutcase. So here's a lot. Collection is in my bedroom. I have 2 roommates. I have not asked if I can take over a room for the collection. If you've got roommates, I wouldn't. I'd keep them to yourself. And
I probably would. Because before you know it, one disc is being used as a placemat, a coaster. That's the word I was after.
Yeah. So I want to say, I want to try. I know I threw the photo up, and people. So this room, right here, it is at that sort of state because this room, my house is weird. It used to be 2 houses, and it was a house with shops and things like that. And this room here, it actually used to be a post office. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't see signs. Just I'm waving the mouse around the screen, like you can see what I'm showing at. But there's like wooden things across the floor. You can see where the counter used to be.
Yeah.
The side of that's a bit of concrete where the safe used to be, and there's wires all over the place from a old alarm system that used to run through there, and it had wood paneling on the wall. So we basically had to strip it back to this point because we needed to get rid of the wood paneling because we had signs of woodworm on a couple of the panels. So we've basically ripped it all out, treated it all, and now we're at the back to basics stage, which is where we're designing and things like that.
It's a very lovely blank canvas.
Yeah,
the world's your oyster.
On the picture, the door there that goes through into our kitchen, but there's a little hole in the wall, and that used to be a window because there used to be an area under the stairs with the safe and a little window for foreign exchange and things like that, apparently. So we've removed that window, and that all needs bricking up and things like that. So it's a blank canvas, and it's deciding what to do with it. So it's going to be sort of our family pleasure room. So I wanted to get my TV and set up for movie watching, things like that. Nice sofa, nice TV, and just have quite a nice area. The kids will want space to play whatever they're playing on there, whether it be games consoles or whatever on the floor. So they need a bit of floor space. And then I also want to put a universal desk so that the wife can use it, I can use it, or the kids can use it if we're working from home or whatever. And it would basically be they'd take the laptop, plug it in, and they've got the monitor, keyboard, and everything all ready to go. But my main focus at the minute is what to do movie wise, really, for viewing and things like that. So on the wall on the sorry, trying to find the picture. The wall on the left is perhaps the longest wall, and it's on that I'm probably going to put a screen of some sort and the sofa opposite it. So looking at it, it's going to be, I think I've sort of settled at the minute. Discussions have still got to take place on a design like this.
That is the exact photo I sent, isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of the best ones. So it's got the storage below that the missus wanted for the kids' toys to be out of the way and things like that. It's got the space. It'll have a space in the middle for the TV. I'm hoping to get the wood slats, this sort of thing, behind the TV, and some shelving on there. I don't want to fill the shelving with DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't want them chock full. I want it to be more display things for that. So the focus will be the TV and perhaps some lighting and display pieces in the side. It won't all be my stuff because it's going to be a family pleasure room, a family entertainment room, a family something room. So yeah, it was what we do with the collection. So does it stay up here with me in the attic room, or do I plonk it in some of the shelvings down there and keep it out of the way? But yeah, that's the sort of plan. Interesting.
I think the bulk of your collection stays where it is.
Yeah, I do as well.
Just take, like you said, you've got a shelf now of things that you need to watch.
Yeah,
maybe that's where they live, down there.
To be honest, I don't know if I'd have them out on display.
No.
As I've been looking through at designs, looking through at other people's collections, so any YouTuber that puts their collection online, I've been judging them. I've been watching their videos and judging them, what the shelves are like, what they have on the shelves and how they look. And it's led me to the decision. It's like, I want my viewing experience to be about the viewing. I don't want it to be surrounded by the stuff, the collection, because I've let it overrun. I've let it clutter my mind up here with the sheer volume and things like that. And it has been the source of a lot of my videos, a lot of my problems, and a lot of that sort of thing. So I thought, I don't want to move my problems downstairs. I don't want to move it into another room. I want that to be a relaxing room for everyone, not just me. If that makes sense.
Made total sense.
Yeah. Yes. So my collection might remain up here, away from my pleasure room, even though the movies are the thing. And I think a lot of the content down there might end up being digital. But anyway, let's look at comments now. I've explained and done that. Send me out a lot. How did two main display in the room? Got homemade TARDIS cabinets with all Doctor Who in it, an old bookshelf with the main collection, and the rest in the closet or on shelves.
Can I just ask, have you been thinking TV or projector, short throw projector?
Not sure yet. I did look at the short throw projectors, but I'm not 100% sure. I've got to do another measure up. The length of that wall, the whole back wall is 5 meters. So I've got plenty of room to play with if I did choose a projector, but I'm going back and forth on what to do in there. I've got to bear in mind how it's going to be used by other members of the family as well. So I think it might end up being a TV screen. Projector potential, but I think TV might be better short term while the kids are at home.
Yeah. Do you want the kids actually going down there and faffing around trying to sort out a projector and all that kind of stuff?
And that's the reason for this sort of design. I don't want to hang the TV on the wall. I want the TV to stand on that unit. So over time, when the kids get bigger and don't use it as much, or I claim the space a little more for myself, it's easier to change. I can change it.
Which is going to happen. You've said about this universal desk and all that kind of stuff. Your boys are going to be at the age soon where they're just going to want their own space, be in their own rooms, at their own desks, and they're going to want time away from each other and, various things. I wonder how much that's going to get used. Because, you do all your work from where you are now. I don't know where the good lady does her work when she's at home.
She's not got a designated space at the minute, which is why this was a thing. She wanted to. There's a little area underneath the stairs, and she says, "Oh, I can set up a desk in there and things like that." But we were discussing it, and I think we're better place to have a universal desk for everyone to use, and then use under the stairs as extra storage rather than her being cramped in there. So I think that's the way we're going, and that's why we're looking at a desk there so that she doesn't have to hide herself away in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Big Jace, is that soundproofing to your right, Phil? The wooden strips. This is just wallpaper. So, but I do like the aesthetic of it. So, yeah, that's the sort of thing that I'll be going for down in that room as well. Jeremy Carr, I wonder who was the first person to try eating oysters. How the conversation went with his friends. Yeah.
How did we get onto that, Jeremy? I feel like I'm one step removed there.
Jeremy, soundproof foam, do it. Yes, they're up in the. You can see we've ripped the ceiling down as well. So up in between there's definitely going to be a soundproof foam on there. And we've also been looking at wall treatments and baffles and all sorts of things just to sound dampen for when we look at surround sound and things like that. Slipknot fan, Afghan rug. We've not gone into rugs yet. We've not looked at them yet.
Jeremy Carr seconds the Afghan rug, so I think you're being outvoted.
I voted. I've not decided on rugs yet. We've not decided.
No. I think the people demand it.
Fair.
And I think you need to listen to the people.
Johnny, ditch the shelves and get a projector. I think, Johnny, to be fair, there's enough room on that wall to have the shelves at the side as well as the projector screen in the middle, probably up to about 120 inch. I think I worked it out that I could get in there if needed. Clark and Many, 120 inch projector screen. Credit entry, Ninja Slushy machine. There we go. Ninja Slushy. We've looked at the Ninja Slushies, to be fair. We've nearly bought one in the past. Jerry, get the stuff you rewatch and the new stuff you received that you haven't opened closest to the player. Yeah, there might be a box in the cupboard with the new ones. Woody, Phil, you're so judgmental. That's me watching the others' videos and passing judgment. Silent judgments. I've not called anyone out.
No.
If you know, you probably know.
Somebody called us out for slagging people off, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago? But,
But
giving our opinions is slagging people off, apparently. But anyway.
Johnny, collection in the attic room. My living room is minimalist, to be honest. TV and Fire Stick. I don't have a Blu-ray player even.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm looking at trying to keep it quite minimalist, but I will have some kind of player down there, and I'm sure the kids will demand some kind of games console.
Despite how this looks, I prefer minimalism. I've just, I've got so much stuff to still get through and get rid of.
I suppose having the clutter in one room, it's like you're like Monica on Friends with the closet of everything. You've got your room for that.
I can close the door to this and not worry about coming in. And then when I do come in, I go, oh my God, I'm surrounded by stuff. What do I do? And I've still got like loads of boxes here that are ready for eBay, ready for stuff to get boxed up and gone.
Yeah.
So this will be minimalist in here eventually.
Quinn Davis, do you guys collect music too, such as soundtracks?
We do indeed.
I don't so much anymore.
Yeah. I had a splurge of going back into that.
Yeah, I may do one day, but the CD player has gone, and I lean too much towards Apple Music, to be fair. So it may come back when I have my room sorted. The potential for CDs to come back might be there.
I actually get more of a nostalgia kick from soundtracks than I do from films.
Yeah.
Hearing certain songs, you think, you do remember where you were and, where you were working and who your friends were and all that kind of stuff. And songs have that power for some reason.
There we go. Jeremy says, Glenn said the world is your oyster. That's where it came from.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Too slow at going through these comments, aren't I? Rohit, get a 77 to 83 inch OLED. You'll not regret it. With a Panasonic UB820 and a Samsung Q990D soundbar would be a great system. I've been looking at soundbars, whether to get the ones with a subwoofer and the side rear speakers and things like that. And I'm sure that's going to take a lot more research. But for the room, I think it's likely to be a soundbar over a full amp speaker system. And because of who else is going to be in the room.
Now's the time to do all your wiring, though, and things. If you want
it is. That's true. That's true. Johnny, now let's see the desk. I had dilemmas getting my PC desk. To be honest, I've not got any desk pictures, but I was looking at a nice rising desk from, I think Secret Labs do a nice one that have got the cable management under there. And I just need to look at the electrics to go in there to connect everything up to one box. So I've got one wire coming out that will power and link everything up to whatever device plugs into it. But the bit on with the monitor and a microphone and webcam and all that malarkey just set up, ready to go. Hopefully, that's the idea. Jeremy, mustard chair, Afghan rug. I think this will soon turn into an interior design channel. It's getting that way this week. Apologies for drifting off from physical media a little bit, but Jerry, good evening, Jerry. Hope you're well.
Hey, Jerry.
Watching.
Very chia.
Johnny says Ninja does a good slushy machine. Yes, they do. They do. They do another one as well. I forgot what it was. There was a slushy maker and then something else that was looking good. Have a look. Have a look on the Ninja website. There's some incredible stuff.
This is so not along the normal theme of what we normally do.
Yeah. Big Jace. Glenn, you can't slam people off on... You get
oh, yeah. Mickey Rourke's been booted from the Big Brother house, apparently.
Yes. I read that earlier. Yeah. Don't want to go into it because I don't know enough, but I think he was being some slurs about various things. Woody, I love my amp and CD player, 500 odd albums. To be honest, I've looked at CD separate before and some nice speakers, but it's just where to put it at the moment. Until that room's done, I've not really got a nice space to have it to be able to listen to stuff, so I don't bother. And with that, are you distracted, Glenn?
I'm just looking at something for Jeremy.
One of the desk things I do need to look at, if it's going to be a universal one, is getting a standard desk, so I can have it for my height and the kids can have it for their height as well.
Yes, Jeremy Carr, the Gene Marsh story is true. There we go. I was just doing a bit of research for him, that's all.
Very good. Jeremy Carr, like the stream, share the stream. There we go. And anyway, enough rambling about my house stuff. I apologise if it's gone off subject, but I was interested in...
No, it's fine, Phil. Honestly, it was great.
I was just interested in the way that everyone else likes to display the things, because I know there are people that like to surround their TV with their media. And I was interested to see if I was going too far off the reservation with my thoughts. But
well, no,
yeah,
I mean...
I think you're very much in the same mindset as me with your setups and wanting it quite minimal. But yeah.
I think you've got so much scope in that room because it is so big. It's probably kind of oversized for what you're wanting to do, but it would be nice to have that segment is for that and that's for that, and you know, you've got the space to do it and still make it a nice cohesive kind of room, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. Clock of Many Ninja, £350 in the UK. Get a new one, though not the previous models. There we go. Johnny got a cheap LG soundbar with wireless rear speakers, game changer for sound, and it's a cheap one. Need to upgrade the living room now. Pietro Scarpa. There is a great second-hand market for surround sound systems, speakers, and AV receivers. Last for a long time. I wouldn't buy new. You can get much better, much cheaper second-hand.
Nice.
I need my AV receiver that I've got is way old now. It doesn't do Atmos or anything like that. So
Can you remember those Mirage speakers I had?
Yes.
They were amazing. And they were in such a small room.
Yeah.
As well, they were ridiculous.
They were good. Mine are the ones that I'm running in my living room are Tannoy speakers. And my AV receiver is Sony. Well, that's nice when I get the chance to actually run it, but say I can only get 7.1. So I've not got Atmos though, so it's not I don't get the upper channels.
I mean, it's crazy in this day and age. We're going only 7.1.
That's it.
Once upon a time, we had everything in glorious 2.1.
Nikam stereo.
Yes, Nikam digital stereo.
Big Jace, Phil and Glenn, how about a wrestling section next week, as it's WrestleMania weekend?
It is WrestleMania weekend. It's so random that WrestleMania and WWE and all of that's all on Netflix now.
Yes,
very strange. Very strange.
John Cena's head popping up as I was opening Netflix the other day.
Well, John Cena's a heel now. He's a good actor, though. He'll pull it off.
Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah. I have my player and either a statue or a large figure next to the TV because that's because has a little space, and I'll be damned if I put a potted plant next to it. What's wrong with the potted plant?
I quite like a potted plant. Yeah, I quite like a speck of green.
Yes. Jeremy just says John Cena started as a heel. There we go.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
Johnny, +1 for second hand. My LG one with the rear speakers was second hand and cheap. There we go. It's something that seems to go cheap really quick, as well as the new models come out. They're really plummet in price, some of them as well.
Well, we've said that about TVs, haven't we?
Well,
You look
so,
at
yeah. You can't
yeah,
give a TV away now.
no,
It's ridiculous. I think the one that I got from one of the rooms downstairs for the kids to play their Xbox on, I think for a 40, what was it, for 47-inch, it was about 260 quid or something like that for a TCL one. So what? But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to move us on. Because I want to know what you've been watching this week.
Now, okay. I watched the end of this new season of White Lotus, which was very good. I've done a rewatch of The Running Man.
Is that series 3?
It was series 3 for White Lotus, yes. Which was very good. I think the first 2 seasons were probably a little better, if I'm honest, but it was still very good. Yeah. Rewatch of The Running Man. What else have I watched this week? I can't think. Did you watch anything last night? I forgot to ask you.
I watched the film last night.
I watched the Gladiators final last night. Yeah. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What did you watch?
I watched Godzilla x Kong, A New Empire, or The New Empire.
Great.
Yeah. And I tell you what, I was actually, because I've quite enjoyed the MonsterVerse movies. The last Godzilla and Kong, I was fine with it. I'm entertained by them. I find them quite fun. And what was really surprising with this one last night, I was really disappointed.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you at the minute?
I don't know.
I was about to criticize you for you were going to love that and hate the substance and all of that.
No,
Are you disappointed by that as well?
Yeah. I know I expect monster nonsense, but there just didn't seem to be a lot to it at all. I mean, there's not that much to them anyway, but this, I can't even put, I need to think about it a bit more to figure out what was wrong with it. And there is no real solid human story in this one. And the Kong story, I didn't think was particularly good. It was, I think it was just a bit weak overall. And I'm quite disappointed because Adam Wingard's been a director that I've been trying to follow every now and again. And I appreciate what he does from where he came from and things like that. But yeah, this didn't really do much for me. But I'll tell you one thing about it. I think my 10-year-old, I think he's going to love it. I really do think he's going to get a kick out of it. But yeah, for me, I was just a bit bored with it.
I think I'm probably happier that you were bored with that rather than you go, I thought it was amazing, I loved it. When, like I say, I think some of the quality stuff that you've not liked, I think if you'd have loved that over it, then yeah. So I'm quite glad you were disappointed by that as well.
Oh, good. I'm glad you can be happy
no,
with me wallowing.
No, I can relish in your disappointment. Don't worry. I feel better about it. Thank you.
And we've also breezed through season 3 of Reacher.
Right, okay.
Which is it's not a very good show, and but I find it just watchably entertaining, bad B-movie almost nonsense. It's okay. It's okay. It's a nice, easy watch. It's got a lot of fans that will really support it, but it is a pretty weak show. I think acting-wise and script-wise and everything, it's pretty standard. But yeah, it sits. I don't know why it sits above it. I think it must be. I can't think of his name. Alan Rich, the guy that played Reacher.
Yeah.
Something about him.
I nearly said Rickman then. That'd have been a whole different TV show. Alan Rickman had played it.
I don't know if his charisma sort of carries it, even though he's like a plank of wood in there at times. I don't know. Yeah, it's entertaining for what it is. I wouldn't particularly recommend it, but
we watched about 4 or 5 episodes of the first season. It was just far too generic.
Yeah.
Just, mediocre kind of thing. We just didn't bother with it.
No, I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it to you at all. It's throwaway nonsense, really. But anything else you watched?
I don't think there is this week, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, I say, my week's viewing peaked with the Gladiators final, to be honest, which
Yeah.
is very good. Lim finds it amusing watching me because I always used to mock my dad whenever he watched anything. He'd kind of sit and his mouth would be wide open because he'd be like so engrossed in the TV, and he'd be kind of quite animated when people were doing things and what have you. And apparently I do the same and I'm unaware of it. But I get really into it. So cool. Yeah.
I'm going to see what people in the comments have been watching. But
But
Jeremy,
first,
in relation to his plants, I have enough to clean and dust, throw a plant into the mix, and it will overload the maintenance. Jeremy, you need one of these, man. This is a handheld fan. And I featured it in one of my videos, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome. I just wanted to do that, sorry.
Oh, it's like I was watching Top Gun Maverick or something. It really was.
They've got Rohit Puri, watched Gangs of London and enjoyed it. You know what? I quite enjoyed the first season of that and then never carried on with it. And is this the third season, Rohit, that you've been watching? Because his Lado that got killed in the first season is back for the third or something. I've kind of lost it, but I might have to dip back into it at some point. But yeah, the first season was pretty solid. Big Jace, I've been watching Mickey Rourke in the Big Brother house. Won't be watching it anymore now he's been booted.
I literally watched it for the first 2 nights just to see whether he had genuinely gone in. And it was just very entertaining. Somebody put online, he's this season's Jackie Stallone, which I could really see. Yeah.
So Meows a lot. Watched this week Godzilla 2000 for the 2000th time and Galaxy Quest.
Oh, I love Galaxy Quest. Lynn in the other room loves Galaxy Quest as well.
It's awesome. Have you got the 4K yet? Or is it Steelbook only?
I don't know. It's not something I'll be purchasing.
No. Clock of Money, Silence of the Lambs, Wolf of Wall Street, Lone Survivor, Snatch, and an emoji that's not appearing that says face orange TV shape.
Yeah.
There's some great movies there. I think you've got the best selection this week so far.
Yep.
I think.
I would agree.
Slipknot fan, have you guys seen the Horror Express 72, Christopher Lee and Beat Cushing?
I have the Arrow release sat on my shelf. And no, I've still not watched it.
No, I've not seen it myself either. Would you recommend? That's what I would like to know. Jeremy Carr, new returning of spring anime series. Too many to list. Caught up on Daredevil Born Again. Is that still running? Is that a weekly thing? So I've not started it. I don't know. Do you know, Glenn?
I don't know because my Disney Plus is on pause at the moment.
Right. Anyway, film-wise, I saw The Monkey, some Kamen Rider movies, and watched The Guyver in 4K. First time, the one starring Mark Hamill. The Guyver.
We were both quite disappointed by The Monkey, weren't we?
I've not watched The Monkey.
Who did I go and see The Monkey with?
I think you went on your own, didn't you? Or did you go with Lynn?
I can't remember.
I didn't see The Monkey.
It was quite near. It was quite near. Anyway, it was the Stephen King short story for a reason. It should have just been like an episode of Twilight Zone or whatever, Outer Limits. It wasn't a full film.
Quinn Davis, what do you think of Patrick McGoohan's The Prisoner? That's never a show I watched.
Yeah, I watched a couple when I was a lot younger, but I don't know whether I'd appreciate it a little more now. I probably didn't then.
No. You'll have to watch the remake instead. I don't know if that falls in line with it. It was the Jim Caviezel one, wasn't it? That was in the remake, I think.
I wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't have remembered that.
Woody, apart from a couple of older movies, the only new thing I've watched and enjoyed was the 1883 TV show. That's another one that I'm way behind on because I think I've only ever watched the pilot of Yellowstone. Is this the prequel, isn't it, 1883?
Is that the Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren one?
I believe so, if that's the one that I'm thinking, yeah. So, yeah, I'm way behind on that whole thing because, unfortunately, the pilot of Yellowstone never particularly caught me as such. I know people love it.
People do love it. Lynn's sister's really into it, really likes it, and I think the first 4 seasons have come onto Netflix.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
So yes,
I
I
got
think I'm going to watch them.
I actually got an offer through from Paramount Plus the other day. It's like 50% off when you resubscribe for the whole year. I think it was like 45 or 50 pounds to subscribe to Paramount for the year. And I thought, you know what? I don't think they've actually got anything in particular that I want to watch, and I can't see anything coming up on there.
They've not got enough stuff for sure.
No. And I'll tell you something, they are not relative. I suppose they're pretty quick at releasing their titles elsewhere as well, because I've seen a lot of their things come up on digital, like the Knuckles TV show came up to purchase. Yellowstone's now on Netflix, as you say. So I think there are always options for the Paramount stuff that are going to come further down the line that we know of. There's just no real need to jump at it at the moment. Although I've not noticed if South Park's made its way across. Not noticed them. But yeah, I thought even at 50 quid, it's too much. Too much. I've watched the things I want to see that are on there, and the other things I can wait for. So yeah, here we go. Charlie 85, 1883 is the prequel to Yellowstone, starring the guy from Roadhouse. Harrison Ford's show is called 1823.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah. Woody says 1923 is Harrison Ford and Harold Mirren. 1883 is Taylor Sheridan and Sam Elliott.
Okay.
There we go. Clerk of Many in relation to The Prisoner. I'm Not a Number is a classic. Sorry, I'm just flicking back through because I missed a couple. Pietro Scarpa. I have watched Braveheart in 4K this week. I haven't seen it in 20 years and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've not watched that for a long time.
No.
And I always enjoy it as well. Maybe that needs a rewatch soon.
But it's like it sits there as well with things like Last of the Mohicans. Brilliant films, but we just don't watch them enough. Like Gladiator is another one that I think it's epic that I'd sit alongside those movies, and I don't go back to that very much. Did you?
I've got Gladiator 2 to watch, and I'm just not inspired to watch it at all.
No, I'll sit with you with that as well.
I don't mind Paul Mescal, but I just don't think he's leading man, and I don't think it needed. What it needed was I would have loved the sequel that Nick Cave wrote.
Yes,
that Ridley Scott was initially interested in.
Yeah,
where Russell Crowe's character Maximus was fighting through hell or something, wasn't he, to try and get back, and all of that. That would have been so interesting. That would have been great. Yeah. And instead, it sounds like you've got a weird rehash with horrible CGI monkeys. So I'm not inspired, I'm afraid.
I'm with you for the Nick Cave thing. That would have been really interesting to see. It sounded pretty good. I remember reading about it, but yeah, that was a long time ago. That was. Yeah. Nicholas Dickens is with us now as well.
Hey,
hope everyone is well. We're all good, Nicholas. Thank you.
Visitors. Oh God.
Jerry Carr, Paramount has stuff that I like, but I own, so no point for me.
Nope.
There we go. Yeah, it's like the Mission Impossible films are on there. I've got them all.
And they're on my shelf. Yeah.
Transformers movies are on there. I'm not bothered. John Robinson, I've been watching Daredevil Born Again 2, and also have been working my way through the rewatching of The Punisher seasons 1 and 2.
Rewatching or rewatching?
I think rewatching.
I think probably rewatching. Yeah.
Yeah. Woody says, and the Patriot. So I'm not sure I was as keen on that one, I don't think. Nicholas Dickens watched The Patriot as well on Friday night. Still a good film. I was never particularly struck with Patriot.
What was the... Oh, I'm getting mixed up now. So that was the Mel Gibson one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Heath Ledger wasn't it as well?
What's the one, the Mark Wahlberg one? Is that Patriots Day?
Yes, that's the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah. That's where I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah. That was pretty good. I liked Patriots Day as well.
It's quite random that we've had 2 people watch The Patriot again.
Yeah. Dave Simon, personally, no interest in Gladiator 2 at all.
No,
I'm with you, Dave Simon.
Like I say, it's sat there to watch, and I'm just not inspired to do it.
No. Braveheart is brilliant, says Jeremy.
True that.
Charlie85. This week I finished watching Shogun on Disney Plus. I highly recommend it. I've been waiting to watch that for a long time. At the minute, my viewing allowance, I've been watching the viewing allowance for my wife allowing me to watch things that she doesn't watch. I've been watching through Squid Games, and I've got one episode of season 2 left of that. So after Squid Game, I think it might be on with Shogun or The Last of Us. But I think I can get her to watch Last of Us because that's.
You've got one left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's quite ramped up at that point, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I like the direction they've taken it in.
I do.
I think it was logical to not just do a rehash of the first season.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly intrigued as to where it's heading to next.
I'm glad I've managed to get it nearly finished, ready for the 3rd season, because that's on in June.
Yeah, and I think you've managed to have no spoilers as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've managed pretty well.
Which is always better.
Clock of Many, be seeing UI. I'm not sure what that refers to. I'm not sure. Explain.
Probably The Prisoner still, maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Nicholas Dickens looking forward to the new Mission Impossible film.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too.
Bring it on. Definitely.
Only a few weeks away now, isn't it?
Yeah. A friend asked why there was so many kind of little bits of the previous films cut in. And like I said, it's the final reckoning. So I think it's probably wave bye-bye to Tom Cruise at the end of this one.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that he'll die, but I think he'll end up having to kind of like fake his death or something like that so that he can just...
I wasn't going into it, but you remember Mission Impossible 3, he, at some point between 2 and 3, he became a trainer. He was almost a handler for Kerry Russell's character. And it was her kidnapping that sort of drew him back into the whole thing in Mission Impossible 3. So I wonder if he'd step back and do the training sort of thing again. So it gives him opportunity to dip in and out every now and again. But it did be the new blood that took over.
I think it would be hard for Tom to step aside, but it's also who does he step aside for? Who's actually going to take the place and do what he does? I can't see it. Oh God, no, thank you. I just can't see anyone on the horizon, to be honest, that's going to take Tom's place.
No, not yet.
63 years old and hanging off a biplane. I mean, it's. I was going to say big shoes to fill, but then we can joke about one being quite short and stuff. But
it's the thing is, if they did move on to someone else, I don't know if they would get anyone that would be willing to do the stunts either. I think there'd be a lot of stunt assisted help needed.
Yeah.
I don't think you get anyone that do that sort of thing.
I think if he's not going to carry on, I think it needs a bit of breathing space and a bit of time and kind of rebooted down the road and what have you. It'd be a shame if he did finish it type of thing, but you know.
Yeah.
The guy's only human.
Fair. Jared Cheer, The Patriots and Last of the Mohicans are awesome. I loved Last of the Mohicans.
I like Last of the Mohicans. Just stay alive. I will find you. Amazing. Great film.
Nicholas, I've heard Shogun is good. I've heard Shogun is good so many times. I really want to see it.
Yeah, I quite fancy it as well. We just never got around to it.
AJ Pink's leaving us. Good evening, AJ. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you soon.
Bye, AJ.
Or you'll
missing you already. Take care.
Woody, Severance was a good watch on Apple. CI didn't grip me enough to carry on.
We watched a few episodes first season. It was just a little bit too weirdy-beardy for my liking, but
yeah. Nicholas, my lady is liking White Lotus recently.
There's nothing wrong with you liking White Lotus if you wanted to. They're very good shows.
Yeah.
Mike White is very, very good at juggling multiple characters that have all got different character traits, and the scripts are always good. And throughout the first kind of 6 episodes or whatever, the first, let's say, 3/4 of it, you're always wondering what's going to happen. Everything builds and you start questioning in your mind and you start thinking, oh, this is going to happen and they're going to do that and things. And
yeah,
most of it's normally a surprise by the end, but it's always very good.
Larry Quartowitz, I'm definitely excited for Mission. Very pleased that he's running a lot in the new trailer. He likes to run.
He loves running.
I've heard that on his set, usually when you're on a set, you've got base camp where all the actors' trailers and things like that are set up, and the ADs are normally set up there as well. Then you've got the main set, and very often you will get in a car that will take you from base camp to the set. And I've heard that Tom Cruise insists on running between base camp and the main set, and he encourages all his costume people in hair and makeup to run along with him as well. So apparently on some film sets, you see Tom Cruise running across from base camp to the set, followed by all his costume department and hair and makeup and everything. He loves to run. He really loves to run. So
I saw, just on a random tangent to that, it's obviously Coachella at the moment in the States. And somebody posted a video of Paris Hilton kind of like dancing through this field, just not a care in the world. And her poor bodyguard, who was this like 7-foot tall black guy who was really pigeon-toed with this great big rucksack thing on, was having to try and jog after her while she was just dancing along. He looked like he was hating life. He really did. He was thinking, a nice office job, it'd suit me nicely now. Yeah, he wasn't happy running, is the point that I'm making. But
yeah, block of many. Interesting fella, as the channel host still sees even the deleted messages that I spell wrong.
Yeah, there's no escape.
I see it all.
Yeah. He never calls you Clarky one of many, but we'll move on from that. We'll move on from that. So don't worry about it.
Johnny, Shogun is excellent. Definitely need to watch. I need to. Nicholas Dickens, all the stunts Tom Cruise does and what goes wrong. He broke his ankle jumping rooftops and he ran off.
He still ran off, yeah.
Yeah, or limped off. And Larry Quartowitz, no way regarding Tom Cruise running. It's hilarious. He's a nut, but I'm a huge fan of his work.
I am. You can't knock him. He is cinema. He is the movie industry. He is, what the movie industry used to be. It's people that are completely committed to the audience and trying to push the boundaries all the time.
Yeah.
He's a throwback to kind of Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton and all these kind of people that put their lives on the line and really risk things for entertainment. And I like his attitude towards it all.
Yeah.
I really do. I think there's too many people that are just, don't get me wrong, he's a very rich man, but you kind of feel like he loves what he does.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of people in there, not throwing names around, but like Dwayne Johnson, for example, he's clearly there for the paycheck, clearly there for the money. And
there's been a lot of negativity in the press regarding Jason Momoa as well, with his attitude on set and things like that.
Right, okay.
I've heard. I'm not going to go into what I've heard about him from when I've been working on TV shows and stuff like that. But yeah, he sounds a character on set, and I've been hearing some pretty bad things on social media also in regard to his conduct. Particularly on the Minecraft movie recently, I've heard a bit on social media stories about him.
Are his actions any worse than the people that are sat watching Minecraft and throwing popcorn around? And somebody even took a live chicken into a screening the other day and threw it in the air. Yeah, it's gone crazy.
Crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna, at this stage.
Yes.
New media rumors and all that malarkey. I don't know if there has been any sort of big new media, physical media announcements recently that's really struck me. I saw Kingdom of Heaven pop up, the Ridley Scott movie. Yeah, I think you posted it to me actually about the release.
No, I think you posted it to me. In fact,
oh, did I?
Yeah, we talked about it, but
yeah. Have you ever seen them? I've never seen Kingdom of Heaven. A lot of people rate it. I saw it
at the cinema when it first came out, and it didn't kind of. I feel like it was overshadowed by Gladiator somewhat.
Yeah,
obviously same director and whatever, but and I think Gladiator kind of took its throne, if you like, and Kingdom of Heaven didn't quite touch it.
Yeah.
But then they did the director's cut, which is supposedly a hell of a much better movie.
That's
and that
what
gets a lot of praise. And that's
Yeah.
obviously part of that
I think
collection, isn't it?
I think Orlando Bloom actually puts me off something like that as well. I don't find him very heroic for some reason. And I don't know why, because I thought he was great as Legolas. I thought it was a cool character. Yeah, watching him in other films, I just don't like the dude.
I did point out to you in the week randomly that HMV have got some exclusives on 4K.
Oh yes, you did post.
Yeah, there's it was Top Secret was one, Airplane, and there was something else as well. And I'm just gonna have a look and see what it was. Airplane. Oh, World War Z. That was the other thing. So yeah, they're all getting HMV exclusives, but only for a very short window. I think it's like 4 weeks or something. It's like mid-May.
Yeah.
They then available elsewhere. But yeah, it's quite random that HMV have got exclusives of 4Ks for all of a month.
I don't know. I know I mentioned this in my video, but I was wondering if HMV had exclusivity for standard editions of the Tarantino films on 4K, because I've still not seen them listed anywhere.
No, I've still not seen them listed anywhere either. And you see, but then why would like Blu-ray.com, for example, you've got, like I say, Top Secret, World War Z, and Airplane 4K all advertised on there, and it states on there HMV exclusive until May the 12th. In fact, is the date. So you would think they would still have Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 and Jackie Brown listed on there, but also say HMV exclusives.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. So I'm not sure what the kind of... Because let's face it, what are the high street places where you can buy Blu-rays?
There's not many like anymore.
No, I mean, they might pop up in supermarkets or something, but I've not seen anything to say that they're HMV exclusives.
Yeah.
I still find it strange that they're not online or anything like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
You can only find them in store.
Definitely. I'm just going to jump back to the comments, unless you've got any other announcements that you want to bring up.
No, that was the one that kind of stood out. That was all.
Cool. Let's go back to our peeps, because we've got Slipknot fan. What do you think the most epic scene in the Avengers? For me, it was this. Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry. Banner, that's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
You see, my mind went straight to the Avengers TV show or film. Rather than Avengers Assemble. Which is what the UK got it as.
Is it just the Avengers Assemble that you're talking about, Slipknot fan? Because I think a lot of the epic scenes for me sit in Endgame, because you'd spent all those movies building up to that moment in Endgame, and everything just paid off. All the little nods and things like that just felt really strong in Endgame to me.
I mean, you still get chills when the hammer goes flying past Thor and Captain America catches it.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Just
one of the things that gave me goosebumps in the cinema when we were watching Endgame is when you got Cap, Thor, and Iron Man ready to face down on Thanos. You think they're alone, and the Doctor Strange's circles start opening up, and then you hear on the radio, and you see Cap's face, and he hears what's it? Just say on your left.
Oh,
Falcon.
Yeah.
On your left. That was it, and that just gave me chills all over. It's because it's taken so many movies of that sort of thing happening in their relationship just to get to that small little moment, and it really pays off, I think, for me.
For me, no Marvel movies have touched anything like that kind of level.
No.
Most of it kind of ended for me there. The build-up of Iron Man and Cap and all of these kind of characters and what have you, to all come together like that, I think was kind of peak and as high as Marvel's ever going to get.
This is what's making me wonder with Avengers Doomsday. Because, like we've been saying there, everything that's built up from all of the Marvel movies everything into that endgame moment. For Doomsday, it's not got that. It's not got. I don't feel like it's got anything that's particularly sitting strong that's going to lead to that sort of moment in the film, unless they're leaning right back to previous franchises and things rather than the new line of Marvel films. They're leaning back into the old X-Men films or anything like that. That's where they'll have to pull from, because I don't think there's anything outstanding from the actual Marvel universe, 616, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing outstanding that's going to drop those sort of moments, I don't think.
I think that's what they are relying on. You know, James Marsden and
Ian McKellen.
Yeah, Ian McKellen, thank you. I was going to say Magneto. I couldn't think of his real name then. I know they've been spotted on set, and I think it's going to, again, though, we're relying on a nostalgia kick for a movie to succeed. And it's like, it's so poor in that respect that we're having to go so far back for people to go, oh, I loved them when they were in that kind of thing, rather than something new that is strong enough to carry you into a film like that.
Yeah.
It's a real shame, because like you say, everything kind of, all of the Captain America movies, Iron Man, everything, all built together.
Culminated.
To come together for, you know, ending with Endgame. And I think it ended on peak Marvel cinema with Endgame. And I say nothing has lived up to it since.
Yeah. Nicholas Dickens' best scene in the Avengers film, that scene when he lifts the hammer, Thor's face, I knew it. And it's that sort of moment that pays off, because that knocks right back for, 6 or 7 movies previous, where Cap was trying to lift Thor's hammer in Age of Ultron, and you see it move slightly. And it's calling right back to then, and they knew in advance what they were planning and what they could lean on. And I don't think this Doomsday is going to offer up anything like that. I don't know if anything's been set up to lead into those nice moments.
Well, there hasn't been any setup. Like I say, I think it's just reliant on this nostalgia trip of getting people back that have done roles in previous Marvel movies.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to jump back to comments. I want to blast through a few, because I've not got long left now, and we're looking at wrapping up time. So, if anyone's got any questions, drop them out now. The questions.
Yeah, don't drop anything else out. Yes. Unless you go to the toilet, then by all means do.
Nicholas Dickens, I think in relation to Tom Cruise, is the biggest star and has been for the last 5 decades, 80s, 90s, or noughties, 10s, 20s.
10s and 20s.
Teens?
10s.
Jeremy Carr, I still don't know what a Minecraft is. Neither do I, Jeremy. And my kids have been on the game today. I don't understand it.
Your kids have been on the game?
No?
Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah. Big Jace, Smallville is getting a Blu-ray UK release.
Somebody save me. There we go. You'll get charged for that now.
That's another series I got on digital when it was cheap. I think it was 30 quid for the full. It was 20 or 30 quid for the full thing. What they're charging for the Blu-ray, but it's touching 90-ish.
I could never really get into any CW stuff. It was all just a bit too fluffy for my liking.
Yeah. But like I say, I've enjoyed watching. I've not been doing it recently. I've just not had time, but I've enjoyed watching an episode of the TV show and then watching Rosenbaum's Talkville podcasts and listening to the behind-the-scenes stories and interviews from it. It's been an interesting way to watch through the series. I found it a lot more interesting that way, to be fair.
Okay.
It's, Nicholas Dickens, I like Black Hawk Down. A bit overlooked, but very good. I thought Black Hawk Down was good as well.
It was. It was a good movie.
Yeah. Clark, E one of many. Is that
Clarky? Just Clarky one. Clarky one.
Clarky one. Black Hawk Down is awesome. Pietro Scarpa. Is Kingdom of Heaven good? I don't remember anything about it. I have to do a rewatch, and if I like it, then we'll buy the 4K when the price goes down.
I remember Edward Norton wearing that mask because he got like leprosy or something, didn't he?
I have no idea. I've not seen the film.
Oh, okay then. I forgot you hadn't seen it. Yeah. So it's Edward Norton, but I say he's wearing that kind of ornate metal mask the whole way through because he's got leprosy.
Yeah. Quinn Davis, do you prefer Robert Mitchum or Robert De Niro in Cape Fear?
I prefer De Niro, if I'm honest.
I'm with
I
you.
didn't mind Robert Mitchum, but you know, it was he was kind of playing it like his Night of the Hunter character. It was too similar for me. I like De Niro in it.
Jared Cheer, Avengers Endgame, best scene when Peter Dinklage says, "You understand, Thor, you're about to take the full force of the star. It'll kill you." Thor says, "Yes, only if I die." Dinklage replies, "Yes, that's what killing you means." That was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I forgot Dinklage was in that one, to be fair.
I'm not sure whether Phil reading that out had the same impact as
No,
as it did in the film.
Semyo's a lot. One of the best scenes in the first Avengers is when the old man stands up to Loki in Germany and Cap saves him at the last second. Yeah. Nicholas, still the most touching scene in Infinity War is when Cap drops down and just gives up and says, "Oh God," he realizes they've lost. Can
you imagine if the film ended there?
Oh God.
Oh God. Credits rolling.
Where's the handle? Gru picks up the pieces of Stormbreaker. Jeremy Carr, I wish Civil War included the greatest scene from the comics. In the comics, both Cap and Stark visit Moon Knight on separate occasions and tell him to stay out of it because he's a nut job. Fair.
Yeah, couldn't get into Moon Knight.
No. I wasn't the greatest fan. I did follow it all the way through, though. Nicholas Dickens, those Talkville podcasts are great. I think they are very entertaining. I really do. I used to love watching the episode and then just watching that straight after. I was working through the series that way, but then lost track of times. Big Jace, was nice having cameos through the series, including Christopher Reeves. Yes, that was good. I think Christopher Reeve, if I remember from the Talkville podcast, agreed to do it if they could do a little section for his charity after the episode had ended. So they got Tom Welling and Christopher Reeve talking about the charity at the end of the show, and that was the way that Christopher Reeve agreed to do the episodes of Smallville.
Nice.
Francis Shask, what about the new Captain America? In the Avengers, Doomsday, not having Steve Rogers as the lead, Avengers is symbol. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing with Doomsday at the minute, to be fair. I've not read much into it.
I don't like the whole Anthony Mackie as Captain America thing. It's just has zero impact for me. Really
doesn't feel a strong enough character.
No, really doesn't.
It would have been better for the Winter Soldier to become the captain, to be honest. But
a bit of Bucky. I mean, it might happen yet. Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll see what happens at the end of Thunderbolts.
Charlie 85. Another good Ridley Scott film is Body of Lies, starring Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah, that was Russell Crowe and Meg Ryan. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
There we go. I'm just flicking through the comments a second because we're getting very close to time now. So apologies if anyone skipped.
What's that? Body of Lies, or was that Proof of Life?
Oh, that might be Proof of Life. Actually, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that's Proof of Life.
Which one's Body of Lies then?
Can't remember.
Very good. Nicholas Dickens, Christopher Reeve's character Dr. Swan was named after the beloved DC artist whose favourite Superman artist, which was a lovely touch. Jeremy Carr, in the comics, Falcon is like the fourth or fifth to take up the Captain America mantle. There we go. And I think that will about do us for this evening. Glenn, do you have anything else to add?
I have nothing to add. I mean, I have something to add on, but it's not connected, and I feel like I'm pimping, and I'm not sure how you'll feel about it.
If you'd have told me earlier, I would have tried to screenshot and bring something up for you. I'm just going to try and bring up the page now because I know where you're leading with it, and I
can't you know what I'm about to pimp, then, do you?
Yeah. Feel free. So blast it out.
Well, I just wondered if so most of you are aware of Lynn in the Other Room, and Lynn in the Other Room has started a little art business where she does pet portraiture, and it's called Honey Rose Pet Portraits, and she's an amazing little artist, and she's just started her social media. So if you could follow on Facebook or Instagram, Honey Rose Pet Portraits, it'd be greatly appreciated. So that is my dog Honey, who passed away a couple of years ago, and that is one of Lynn's drawings. And it's just, she's just starting out, and it'd be nice if some of you would follow and give a little bit of support. That's all. So as you can see, she's amazing. She's really good. Lynn's never done art in her life.
There we go.
And then a couple of years ago, as a bit of fun, bit of a joke, her and her sister decided they were going to draw each other for a Christmas gift. And they thought it'd be hilarious because they'd look absolutely awful. And 2 hours into Lynn's drawing, I went to have a look, and Lynn kind of held the picture away, and I went, "No, come on, it'll be a laugh. Let's have a look." And she went, "No, I won't say her sister's name, but it looked like her sister, and she'd never drawn before, and just discovered completely by freak accident that she can draw. And I mean, look at some of the artwork she can do. So if you could just follow, you don't have to interact or anything like that. It'd just be nice, numbers wise and what have you, for a little bit of support. I'd appreciate it. Lynn in the other room would appreciate it. And thank you, Phil, for bringing that up on the screen.
You're welcome. I've brought this one up as well with the contact details because it mentions that Lynn is offering the 30% discount until the end of April. So the prices are on there. So the Facebook page is, let me bring it up again before I forget because I have not got it on here, Honey Rose Pet Portraits.
Honey Rose Pet Portraits.
As always with social media and things like that, the likes really do help. So if anyone has any pet passion or anything like that, that they can share a post or even pop a like on there, then I'm sure Lynn in the other room that's in the chat as well, guys, she's always with us today. I'm sure a like on Facebook would be much appreciated from her as well.
If you could show a bit of love, that'd be great. Thank you.
Cool. So and I'm gonna whip through the comments because there's a lot of Lynn love. So before
let's do it.
So there we go. Lynn Drew. Oh, you guys. There we go. Joe McCarr. Can Lynn paint Phil and Glenn like one of those French girls?
Oh, I bet she could.
There we go. Slipknot fan. Great art, Lynn. Well done. Clark and Manny. She can be present member. Thanks for all. Glenn, you've frozen.
Sorry. No, I'm back.
Francis Shask. Those are some great art pieces. Keep up the good work.
Oh,
Woody, she's good. Jeremy, I just liked the page and commented on the most recent post. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you. No, you're always dead supportive, Jeremy. I do appreciate it, honestly.
Awesome. Big J's liking and following now. Nicholas Jenkins, excellent artwork.
Amazing.
Drew, thank you all so much. I had no idea they planned to do that.
Well,
Jeremy Carr, great stream. There we go. Shall we end on Jeremy Carr's great stream?
Let's end on Jeremy Carr's great stream.
So, thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. I know it's been a bit different, me babbling on about room design and things like that, but I hope it's been a bit of fun. We'll be back to physical media in full next week. Anyway, until then, good evening, good night, and good luck. No Slipknot fan. No end credit screen. Sorry.